Today, I'm going to show you how to create this stunning wilderness parallax effect for your website. Hey everyone, it's Mark here from Making Websites Easy, and today's tutorial will go through exactly how we created this hero image here that has an unreal parallax scrolling effect and get you started on how you can easily do the same. In fact, we've provided the link to this demo website in the description below, and all the images we created zipped up, ready for you to use and follow along this step-by-step process. Now, this requires no coding whatsoever and is ideal for people who have little or no previous website experience at all, but who still want the ability to be able to create stunning websites. All you really need are three things. One, proper hosting, and you'll find a link to the web hosting company that we recommend in the description below. Two, the WordPress website platform, and three, the WordPress plugin, which in our opinion is the best website builder out there, Elementor. We'll talk about how to set up all three of these in more detail later on in the video. But right now, I'm pretty sure the only thing you want to see is how to create this parallax effect, right? So let's dive straight in. Okay, so what you see here is the Elementor dashboard within our WordPress installation for our website. On the left is the control panel, and on the right is the real-time view of your website page. The neat thing about Elementor is that not only does it not require you to code, it's all drag and drop and on-page editing, so you can see exactly how your changes look like instantly. You'll see exactly what I mean as we go through this tutorial. Now, if you're already using WordPress for your website and have the Elementor Pro plugin installed, please feel free to download the images linked in the description below so you can follow along and create the parallax effect as well. And if you want to check out Elementor, click on the link which is also in the description below. To start off with, we have a blank hero section here, and under the layout tab in the control panel, we've set the height of the hero section to be 120% of the current viewport height, which means we would need to scroll beyond this to see the bottom edge of the section. We chose to set this height in order to lengthen the stunning parallax effect that will be created. Now, our first step is to set a background image to this section. So under Style, select the sky image to represent the background. Okay. Now next, we're going to drag and drop an image element and set it to be the sun image. Let's also set the image size to be full to give us full resolution and thus a sharper image. Now as we scroll down, the sun scrolls along as well as expected. However, we prefer that it remained fixed as we scroll. So under Advanced, Custom Positioning, we set the position to be fixed. So as we now scroll down, it remains in the same position. Now let's add another image. We'll select the image element and then drag and drop it in place. And we'll choose our image to be the mountain. Now we'll also set the image size to be full. Now under the Advanced tab, we'll select Custom Positioning and set the position to be absolute. Now setting the image to absolute will allow us to layer images on top of each other, which is the key to making the parallax effect work so well. Next, we'll adjust the vertical offset of this mountain image to a more suitable position. Right-clicking on the page view and selecting Navigator will display a structure of all the website elements on our page, including the hero section here and the 2 images that we added already. Let's give our images more meaningful names. Next, we're going to right-click on the mountain image and duplicate it. Now, the reason we're doing this is to more easily add other images layered on top, since the mountain image has already been set to have an absolute position. An identical mountain image is then created and placed on top of the existing one. So let's select Valley 1 for this new image. Cool. And then we'll rename it to Valley 1. Let's repeat the process, duplicating Valley 1 and creating a new image for Valley 2. We'll rename this to Valley 2, then we'll duplicate it to create Valley 3, duplicate Valley 3 to create Valley 4. We're hoping you're liking this video so far, and if you do, please hit the like button, and please be sure to subscribe to our channel as we will be creating more videos like this. And please don't forget to hit the bell to get notified instantly when we post our future videos. Let's continue along in our process. We'll duplicate Valley 4 and select Valley 5 as the image. Wow, it's coming along very nicely. And then we'll duplicate Valley 5 and select the bird's image to add a nice touch to our final image, and moving it between the mountain layer and the Valley 1 layer because I'd like it to appear in front of the mountain. Now, if you notice on the left and right sides of the images, there are tiny gaps. This is caused by default padding that is set on the column, which contains the image elements. So in the Navigator, select the column container, and in the control panel, under Advanced, Padding, click on the link button to set 0 padding on all the sides of the column. Now, scrolling down, we can see a distinct line separating the hero section with the section below. What we want to do here is create a more seamless transition between the 2 sections, and we can do this by duplicating Valley 5 and moving it in the column container of the section below. We can then set its image to be the filler image. And then, under Advanced, we can reposition it to a more suitable vertical location. We will then rename the image to filler. Let's scroll along the page and see what it looks like. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Where's the parallax effect? Well, now that we have all the images in place, let's add some Elementor magic to each image to create a parallax scrolling effect. Starting with the mountain image, under Advanced, select Motion Effects and turn on Scrolling Effects. Now select Vertical Scroll, since we want to affect the way it moves as we scroll up and down the page. Firstly, we want to set the image's direction of movement to be down as we scroll down the page. But we want it to still move up, but only a lot slower than normal. So in order to do this, we want the downward motion to be at a high speed, say 12. So in other words, setting a downward motion effect will add some resistance to the image as it moves up while we scroll down the page. We will then add motion effects to the bird's image layer. Now, because the birds are in front of the mountain, that is, they are closer to the viewer, they need to move up a little faster, and this adds the illusion of depth and 3D, which is essential to making the parallax effect work in the first place. So the direction of the motion effect being applied will still be down, but the speed at which we apply the effect will be slightly slower. So let's set the speed of the birds to 11, meaning it will have slightly less downward pulling resistance as the image moves up as we scroll down the page. We will then repeat the process for image layers value 1 to 5, each with a downward motion effect being applied progressively at slower speeds. And since value 5 is the closest, it will have the illusion of moving a lot faster than the other layers further away. Select value 1, go to Advanced, Motion Effects, and set the vertical scrolling effect to a downward motion with a speed of 10. And then, similarly for value 2, we'll select a vertical scroll speed of 8. Value 3 will have a speed of 6. Value 4 will have a speed of 5. And value 5 will have a speed of 3. Okay, we've finished applying motion effects to all the image layers. Let's see how it looks. That is looking pretty sweet. Now let's expand the page viewport and see how it responds. What we have here is that the filler image is being cut off by the section that contains it. All we need to do is adjust the filler image's vertical offset with a higher value. So heading back to our Navigator, we'll select the filler image and then set its vertical offset to something higher, say to 1100 instead. Now let's go check it out. Awesome. Now, the last thing we're going to do is to readjust all the image layers to have more preferable vertical positions, which we believe will create a more pronounced parallax effect. We basically just want to space out all the layers so their apparent distances relative to each other are more realistic. So let's start with the sun and go all the way through to value 5. And we're done. Let's go check out the final product. If you want to see how easy and quickly it is to get started with Elementor, keep watching. So firstly, we need hosting to store the website. So let's scroll down to the video description and click on our recommended web hosting link. This will take you to Bluehost. Now, if we head to the official WordPress.org website, Bluehost is their #1 recommended web hosting company. So with that in mind, click on Get Started. Then select the basic plan. And if you don't have a domain name yet, then Bluehost gives you one for free forever. So let's get something like scenesofgrandeur.com. Click Next once you find a suitable name that's available. Then you can fill out your details. Then choose the account plan, which varies depending on length of registration. Typically, we will choose the 3-year option as this provides the best value for money at $3.95 per month, which is absolute peanuts. And then the only other thing that you would need is domain privacy protection, which shields your personal information from the public eye and unwanted solicitations from parties like marketing firms that try to sell you random products. Then, once you're done, submit your payment details, agree to terms of service, and then hit submit. Next, we set our Bluehost account password. Here, we're going to skip selecting a theme, as this can be done later. Okay, now we can start building our website. The first thing we want to do is go to the Plugins menu, Add New, and search for Elementor. And click Install Now. Now, this installs a starter version of Elementor on your WordPress platform, which does not include the motion effects features we need for Parallax. So the next step is to then head back to the video description and click the Elementor Pro link, which we need to install in order to use the motion effects necessary for Parallax to work. Okay, now bear in mind, this is only $49 per year, which we believe is extremely high value for money considering the features it adds on top of the starter version. Once we've purchased, we can then head over to our account page and download the plugin. Let's go back to our WordPress dashboard and go to Plugins again, Add New, and then click Upload Plugin. Here, we choose the file we just downloaded and install it. Once installed, let's navigate to the Elementor menu, click License so we can activate Elementor Pro. Since we're currently logged into our Elementor account, we can click on Connect and Activate, which will do it automatically. Otherwise, we can activate it manually by noting down our license key and entering it ourselves. We can then create a new page, select Elementor Canvas to start with a completely blank page, and click Edit with Elementor. And there you have it. You're all set to go. You can now rewind this video and follow along the tutorial so you can create the parallax effect as well. Anyway, we hope you liked this video, and please give us a thumbs up if you did, and leave any questions or comments below. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to see more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Also, if you're interested in what else you can achieve on your websites with Elementor and WordPress, feel free to check out our other videos here.